Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading. Welcome back to another trade breakdown video where I'm going to go over how I scalped and why I scalped PHVS today. So I'm going to go over all the criteria that I look for in finding these momentum stocks and finding momentum stocks that I actually like and like the setup, because I think that's really important going into this, because a lot of stocks, they'll pop up, but there won't be that sustained move higher. So we want to make sure that we're trading the obvious stock. All right. And in this case, I have to say, this was a great sight to see. Actual momentum that held up, actual momentum that gave continuation and really nice setups. All right, so this is how I have my chart set up. I have the 1 minute up here. I have the 5 minute down here. On the 1 minute chart, I have the 9 EMA and I have the VWAP. On down here, the 5 minute, I just have on VWAP. Now I'm trading momentum. So what I like to look for are trades taken off the 9 moving EMA over VWAP continuation. So nice momentum. But I also like to look at the 5 minute chart. Now, I'm going to get into the specific thing that I was looking at on this trade here in the pre-market. And it really was a very good setup. So why was I trading PHVS? Well, it had a nice catalyst. That catalyst was a phase 2, which is good. Phase 2 and phase 3, you'll see some good movement. Phase 1, positive announcements on phase 1, it doesn't really give that much of, that continuation, that demand for that stock. But phase 2 and phase 3 especially, those are really good catalysts. So now that I have my catalyst, I want to see what the float is. So we'll come over to Float Checker. We'll type in PHVS right here, and this will give us the float. Now the float is kind of all over the place. Yahoo has it at 8 million. TD has it at 30 million. I trade on TD, so I think anywhere in between these is probably where the float is. The Wall Street Journal has it at 17. So the float is good. That's totally fine. That's not really that high of a float. I would like it lower, but that's still okay to give us, some nice moves, especially on a low price stock. So that was totally fine. So we have our catalyst, we have our float. Now, the last thing we like to look at is to make sure that we're trading something with high relative volume, right? High RVOL. That is key. We want to be trading a stock that has a ton of volume. A lot of other people are trading this stock. That's what we want to be in. Now, we have all our criteria hit. The price action is looking great. Where is my entry going to be? Well, my initial look on this was to get in right around here. This would have been a great entry. Break a VWAP, VWAP held up, and then we'll just see that momentum. Nice volume. Look at that volume profile. Actually, before I get into this, let me go back a second here. I want to show you guys the daily chart, because that's also a criteria that I look at to see if I'm going to trade a stock. On the daily chart, we want to see and make sure that we're either above the 200 EMA or we have room to the 200 EMA. We don't want to be trading something if the EMA is coming in right here, right? But now we have room. So going back, that's just what I wanted to show you guys on that. So now I'm going to go over and put on our 1 minute. This is our 1 minute chart with our VWAP and our 9. And I'm just going to pull this one in on a bigger display for you guys to see. This is the pre-market action. All right. So it was already gapping up over 60%. We haven't had a good gap up in a very long time. That actually was in a good price range with a good catalyst. So we finally had that. So that gave me a ton of confidence that we would see some nice moves, some nice volume. And that's what we got here. So while I'm looking at the 1 minute here and I miss my initial entry, I wait for the pullback. I'm waiting for the pullback right here at 405 to get to that EMA, right? So that EMA here, looking for that to hold up. It held up within a couple of cents. I was barely red on the trade, which was nice. And now, if I could just click here, show trades, you'll see here. This was my entry on this candle here. So it broke under the 9 EMA, got down to 4. As it pulled up higher, setting up a nice candle, I got in at the 9 EMA here. And that is where, looking ahead here, for that next 5 minute candle to make a new high. All right, so keep in mind, this was my entry, waited for a pullback, didn't chase here at the top, got the pullback at 8:15, waited for that 8:20 5-minute candle. So now, looking at the 5-minute chart, this is really key. You had 2 5-minute candles, really nice moves. Those were the moves that we missed. Got the 5 minutes set up, got that pullback, that first 5-minute candle to make a new high. This is what you want to look for. This is a very clean setup on the 5-minute chart. So just because you're taking your trades off the 1 minute, you want to make sure that you're always aware of that 5-minute chart. All right, that's the trade breakdown. On 1,000 shares, I took 9 cents out of the trade, $90. Not bad. All right, hit the thumbs up for the video. I'll see you guys on the next one.